Here we go, departure time at Punsand Bay. We're leaving Cape York and starting our journey back south. We made it all the way to the northern tip of Australia on Great Divide Ride, and now we're about to spin around and start making our way back home. So we're heading south over the next 3 days. Today we'll go from Punsand Bay down to Coen, and then tomorrow it's Coen to Cooktown, and then our final day is Cooktown to Palm Cove. So we've got both adventure and enduro tracks today. The enduro track is going to tackle the top end of the Tele track. We are going to skip by Nolan's Crossing though, because that's pretty deep. Too deep for the big adventure bikes. We can't carry the bikes through or anything like that, like the little enduro bikes you can. There is a log crossing bridge over Nolan's, but from memory there's another section of it where you've got to ride through, and for sure I think Nolan's Crossing would be too deep for us this year. I've enjoyed having dry feet the last 2 days, so I'm going to do everything I can today to keep the feet dry. Nice and slow through this first river crossing. Not really a river, but a creek. Can't remember the name of that one. That's the entry to Punsand Bay, or on the road between Bamaga and Punsand Bay. Only a little one. Definitely gets more slippery on this road when it's wet. Just coming out of those crossings where the water's been dragged up by the vehicles, it's definitely a lot slipperier through there. You get a lot of horses up around Bamaga. There's wild horses all around here. Couldn't quite call them brumbies. They're a bit more mangy than that, some of them. But it does make for a beautiful sight down at Seisha. There's palm trees on the white sandy beach there, and you'll often have the horses right there on the beach under the palm trees. It's really cool. Not something you get to see very often. You do have to be careful of the horses if you're camping around Seisha. The horses tend to get into the campsites and get into the food stores, so you've got to be a little bit careful about that. Something they've got plenty of up here at the tip is relics from World War II. With the war going on in Japan, between Japan and America, the northern end of Australia was seen as a bit of a defence point, and up ahead here is the crash site of the DC-3 aeroplane. It's been sitting here for what, 80 years or something, 60 years? Tricky little sand section to get in. Get the ferry all to myself. Thanks, mate. And all the other boys have crossed the ferry already. I've got Lockie coming in behind me though in the ute. Thanks, boss. All good? It's not a very wide crossing, not super wide at all, but it gets plenty of use. The backwards and forwards all the time on the Jardine ferry. There used to be a crossing further upstream where you could drive across, but then years ago they put the ferry in and they dug out that crossing so the people couldn't drive their four-wheel drives through there, because this is also the entry to the national park, and so you've got to pay your ferry fee to get over across the Jardine River and up into Cape York, and you've got to pay your national park fees to get in there. So this way sort of covers it both. So it's not cheap. I think it was $80 per bike from memory, and the ute was about $240 for the ute and trailer. So yeah, it's not cheap, but as I said, that includes the national park fee. Let's see if I can find the amount here on a sign somewhere. Time I look in these creeks, I think there's a crop there. It's a big rig. Being up with a grader and a roller and another trailer. Now I've got some lunatic in a four-wheel drive catching up to me. He must be pelting along. I've been sitting on like 120. This side. All good?
Yeah, just cleaning.
Yeah, it's pretty messy. Really messy. Yeah.
Stuff coming up.
I know.
Stuff's still here, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It just keeps flicking back like the speedo's covered.
Well, what temperature seems okay. So
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
yeah. All right.
Rightio. It's amazing to watch how nature works. I've just been sitting here for a while watching all these birds, all the hawks sweeping over the road. So we've got a burn off going through the grass here. You can see all the birds circling around at sort of the front of the fire, and they're circling the road here mostly because there's probably little mice or lizards scurrying across the road in front of the fire, escaping the fire. And so for the birds it's easy pickings. So if we sit here for a little while, we might be able to see there's some bugs coming out. Yeah, look, I can see a whole lot of bugs on the road here. There's some embers and things in front, but there's a stack of birds all just circling around in front of the fire here. So as the fire moves through, it's pushing little critters out in front of it, and the birds are making easy pickings of it. You can see them all circling there. They're waiting for me to bugger off, so I'll let them go back to their feast. I'm not seeing much here at the moment. Oh yeah, there's grasshoppers. Look at that, heaps of grasshoppers coming through. God, they're doing well to spot them. Huh. Yeah, so all these grasshoppers here in front of the fire, that's what the birds are picking off. Unreal. Pretty cool. So as I disappear, all those birds are going to start coming lower, and I'll size up all those grasshoppers again. Get a feed. Easy pickings. Rolling into Coen at the end of day 28 on GDR Ultimate. There's quite a few cattle hang around here just the other side of town. See all the poo-poo on the roads. They tend to hang out here for whatever reason. I don't know if we're on a property here or something. See all the cattle tracks through the bush there too. So Coen's a pretty sleepy little town. Bit of an Aboriginal community, but there's a store and a pub, and that's about it. Not a lot here. There is a couple of nice camping spots out here just on the northern side of town. We just passed by a little area that's got some nice little sandy patches down beside the river. Don't know what the crocodile population's like down there. Be a little bit careful where you camp out around here. And there's dogs everywhere. So that's Armburst & Co, the Coen store. And then we've got the Sex Change Hotel right here. Oh, little bush pantry, that's a new one. Haven't seen that before. Can't see any of our gang there. There's our gang. They've locked us out. What sort of security system's this? Thanks, mate.